Right. Gonna do another Lorwyn Eclipsed draft today. Let's see what we got. All right. Deepway Navigator is obviously great if you're in Merfolk. Merfolk's not one of the top decks right now, but it's not bad. Thoughtwef Lieutenant is really good in Kithkin. Kithkin's probably the second best deck right now. This is a good elf. Elves are really good right now. Kershaw's a great goblin, but goblin's a little weak, it feels like. I think we'll go with the Deepway Navigator. Don't have any crazy monocolored cards, so I think maybe that's our first pick. Liminal Hold's a pretty good white card. Miss Meadow Council's great if you're in Kithkin. Iron Shield Elf is really good in Elves. Don't really have anything for Merfolk specifically right now, but I think we'll go with Liminal Hold. That still keeps us open for Kithkin or Merfolk. It's a good removal spell. Changeling Wayfinder's pretty good. Draws you a card, doesn't have great stats, but it works no matter what tribe you're in. Flock Imposter also works with the whatever tribe you're in, but I haven't been super impressed with it so far. Sprite's not bad, you're just not doing tribal stuff as much with it. And I think especially with already a Merfolk Lord, we kind of want to stick with it. This will help us splash if we have anything later on, so I think this is maybe our pick. Keeps us a little more open still. Dream Harvest is interesting. It's one, you got to get to 7 mana. And it really is just a spin of the wheel depending on what you can get off your opponent. And we're not for sure in blue yet. Not for sure in anything yet, but I think we'll grab another Merfolk. This one's not great, but it keeps us in Merfolk. It cuts white a little bit. These are both okay Kithkin cards. Spiral into Solitude hasn't felt as good as I thought. Removal is not crazy good in this set, but it keeps us in white. It is a removal spell. That's what we take. Well, white definitely seems open. We got another Liminal Hold here. I think that's probably what we take. Thirst for Identity's not bad. Silvergill Peddler's okay, but again, we don't know that we're in Merfolk, so I think we just keep ourselves open and cut white. Sneakling puts us a little bit more in Merfolk. I do like it more than the Graspling, though, which would leave us a little bit more open to Kithkin also. It's a 2-drop. It fits into whatever tribe. Okay. Preacher this late's pretty good. It's a reasonable Merfolk payoff. Tap it, gain some life. Penance not terrible. Brings you something back later on, but I think for right now we still just want to make sure we're getting as many of our typals as possible. Now, that being said, we're going to grab a Kithkin here because I don't love the Wandermine Distractor. Take a decent 2-drop here. Combat trick that we probably won't play. Definitely not in that right now. Well, that would be cool to play, but that is not at all the colors we're in. We've got the Wayfinder to help us splash some, but we have to have the fairies and the elves. We don't really have either of those, and we do have a Trapper here. That's a pretty good Merfolk enabler. Another liminal hold, we'd love to see wheel, but I think the Trapper is what we take now. Aggressive 1-drop. A lot of good elf stuff coming around. You're not getting its second ability off too often, but a Surveil 2 on a 3/3 for 3 is pretty good in the elf deck already. Nothing too crazy for us. I think we just take another Changeling Merfolk and aggressive 2-drop. Okay, that's what we want to see is a Deep Channel Duelist here. Definitely need at least one of these if you want to pull the Merfolk deck together, so that's a pretty easy pick for us. I like the Sizzling Changeling, but obviously not the deck that we're in. Archer's okay, but again, not the deck we're in. This is really the only card for us, but it's a good card for us. Nothing too crazy for us here. We could take a dagger that gives us another Merfolk. Makes anything else into a Merfolk. It's either that or the Aquatech's defenses. But I think the dagger to just keep adding to the board is probably our best bet. I don't know that we play it, but it's an option. Loose body, permanent buff going around. Kithkeeper's really good if you're doing Vivid stuff, but that's not us. We're trying to be a little bit more aggressive. Feastling is good. I do like Unexpected Assistance also. Kind of helps you get back into the game a little bit later, but drawing some cards. I think we hope one of these wheels we're picking up later, but I think the Feastling's probably the right call here. Just keep throwing things on board. Kithkin must be decently open. This is a good card. Good late game mana sink. The Sneakling's probably better for our deck, but this still being here, we might spec on this a little bit. And even if we're not in Kithkin, that mana sink late game can help us out. It's really about value a lot of the time in this set. Only thing for us is the Scoundrel here. It's not great, but it's 2-drop. Let's just do some tap shenanigans. I think we'll take the defenses here. We don't really need the Wicker Moth or anything yet. Take a Graspling. I doubt we'd play that, but it's possible, I suppose. Let's pull this out. Oh, alright, and it did wheel for us. Perfect. Have a lot of shapeshifters. We really could still do Kithkin, and we'll take it just in case. Nothing crazy here for the Merfolk deck. I do still think we're going to be in Merfolk, but we're not really missing out on anything in this pack by taking it, so we'll spec on it a little bit. Kithkin has seemed reasonably open. The white's definitely the more of our... Oh, well, and there's good reason to go Kithkin. Yeah, Again, not really giving up anything in blue or white to take that, so we take Bridget and yeah. Maybe swapping into Kithkin the last pack here. I've tried winning a couple times. I don't love it. There's just too many shapeshifters, and everybody's playing tribal that a lot of the time you don't kill anything, and that's bad 6-drop to have in your hand. So I think we take the shield bearer here. Keeps us going in Kithkin. It's a good 2-drop no matter what deck you're in, so I think that's what we'll take. Yeah, Kithkin seems open. Eclipsed Kithkin, that's great. I'll take that. This Meadow Council, another Kithkin, that's a good one. Beastling is good. If we take out the blue. Don't have too much removal. Got some creatures. I think that's the right one. Noggle Robber isn't a creature type that we use. Battle Knight is. I think that's probably what we go with. We don't really need to splash anything there, so. We'll take another Rooftop Percher. Although we'll play that, but it's a Kithkin for us. Take this for the gems. I don't love this one, but we need playables right now, so we swapped a little bit late, so we'll see. All right. So, should have been in Kithkin from the beginning, that's for sure. But I like the Merfolk more. I think that swayed my pick a little bit. But we still ended up with 13 Kithkin, which isn't terrible. 14 if you count the dagger. I think we maybe cut the Shore Lurker for an appeal to Erdu. I don't love it, but I think it'll do more for us than a 4-mana flyer that's not in our creature types. Not too many cuts to do because we switched late, but let's see. Let me... This isn't great, but it's not terrible. We've got a 2-drop. Got a 3-drop removal spell. I think it's keepable. It's not great, but... it does make our dagger a little bit worse. But we'll trade off with that before it becomes more of a problem later. I think we're totally fine trading this 1/1 for a card. like they don't play anything. Probably trade Protective Response for another card. Alright, we'll take 4 here, but they're down to 2 cards. And this Foul Knight blocks pretty well. Assuming one of their cards they have is removal here, so we might take another hit, but that still brings them down. We got some life gain here. I'm totally down for that trade. I think we'll throw out this Changeling. Gain some life and eventually trade off for this Iron Shield Elf. Start racing a little bit. Might take a bit of a hit here. We've got more life gain with the Liminal Hold. They can remove their Mischief or any big creatures they play. Spiral into Solitude, same thing. Yeah, we'll definitely be getting rid of that. Take a total of 6 here. Damn, we do not have the green mana right now, but it's alright. And let's remove the Fog of Mischief with Liminal Hold, too. Gain some more life. Tie game. Get a little bit of value there, alright. This out. Probably have to trade off with this Chaos Skewer here. Yeah. Makes it easy to blight there. Man, we would love some green mana. We attempt the trade here. They're probably going to land in hand. They're going to pitch. Oh, why not? that is probably just game. Got a block here, we take 4. I don't know if we have anything that throws enough bodies to the ground. Oh, there's Forest. About 4 turns too late. That's obnoxious, but it happens. Alright, that's a lot better. Gives us both of our colors. Brigid with Thoughtweft Lieutenant's great. Shield Bearer for late game. That's a good start. Might be a mirror match. And swing in for 4. Do they have removal for Brigid is the question. Alright. They are land a turn. Let's see. I think just getting a flyer going. That sounds better. Spends all our mana. We'll offer a trade here. Keep our Thoughtweft Lieutenant out of harm's way with their mana up. They have the Indestructible Trample trick. Oh, no, alright. That's fine, we'll take that trade though. Just looking for Kithkin. Kithkin, swing in here for 4. And then we'll play out our creature here as well. If he wants to swing, we'll let him have it. This gives us more bodies on board if we get a 5th mana next turn. Oh, alright. Oh. Yeah, I think we do that. We swing in with these two. We'll have appeal to Erdu to save them if they want to trade. Not sure why I tapped both of our white mana for that. Seems a little odd, but... we don't end up needing it. Alright, put ourselves in a pretty good spot here. I think our best bet is still probably just swing. Let's see what they've got here. Yeah, if that's all they want to do, I don't have a problem with that. Just let that happen. They're still dead on board next turn. This lets us hold up Spiral into Solitude to remove it if they try to do anything tricky. But nope, got it. That one felt a lot better. When we get both our colors, that certainly helps. Any land gets us going pretty well. We have a 2-drop. Protective Response can work even without the 3rd land. I think we keep it. See if they're elves or just playing a good 1-drop. All right. Land is good. Swing in for some free life here, because we're okay if they want to trade. Yeah, I think we're good with that. And we'll get... these things a better card, but the Wayfinder gives us Liminal Hold next turn if we need it. think that's probably the better call. Gives us more options next turn. Let's see, they've got 4 mana this turn. Interesting. I wonder if they're doing some vivid stuff. Yeah, it definitely looks like they're doing some vivid stuff. Thought Weft doesn't really give us an attack this turn. So if we play out the Feast Lane, we could hold up the Protective Response. I think we've got Thought Weft next turn. And yeah, leave up Protective Response. A lot of mana this turn. Five right now, potentially, yeah, 6 now. With potentially 3 Vivid. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Maybe got their value out of that, but I don't really have good blocks either, so I think I just want to get rid of that. Gain some life. I'll offer a trade here. Got 2 removal spells, 2 creatures, one of which draws us a card, so going 1 for 1 right now feels alright. Yeah, they're really doing that Vivid thing. Ooh, that's pretty good. I think maybe... Kithkin. The Lieutenant first doesn't really give us a good attack. So we'll see if we get land. We want to land, but we want more bodies. Maybe just more bodies. Play a Spikeling. We'll probably have to take 3 from the Tree Folk if he wants to attack. We're fine with that. We could have Vivid at 3 right now. Oh, well, that was silly. Should have changed their Wicker Maw. Take 4 here. Okay. Good one. So we'll Hot Buff Lieutenant onto the Spikeling. And Rigid triggering it also on the Spikeling. Swing for 5. Unless they remove Rigid first, that still lets us sleep up Protective Response. Now they're doing their Vivid thing, right? I think. We're fine taking that damage, but I think we'll just try to kill this instead. Then if we remove the Glister Baron, yeah, just take the 8. It's fine, we got life to spare. With the Glister Baron. Water Brine Trapper. Then good attacks here. We automatically lose something, or they just bounce our 2 creatures, so we leave these up. Oh, alright. Well, flip Rigid. This doesn't give us any great attacks. Yeah, because even if we tap this down, they get a free block with their Druid, so I think we hold up our Wanderbrand Trapper for their turn. Tap that down. Guess we keep flipping. And we'll pass the turn. Welcome to Lorwyn. Set of board stalls. We'll tap this down now. I was very surprised. That was an odd attack. Ooh, that is a good draw. I think give that to our Spikeling here. Play on our Foul Knight. One of our random Kithkin. I think we just tap down there. Oh, or and leave them with great blocks. It's possible they got a trick, but even one trick shouldn't be too bad. Unless they've got appeal to Airdo, could do a little bit. They got one free block with the Wicker Maw on a token, or just on the token. Leaves them at 2. They don't have a ton of damage on board. We've got a blocker still. Alright, there we go. Foul Knight was a good draw there. This isn't stellar, but it's not terrible. We have 2/2-drops. We've got both colors. I think it's keep. I don't love it, but there we go. I think we're back up now. Play our Nomad. And we'll offer a trade here. We'll take 2. Free damage in, then get a lifelinker out. This one's real good if you can get it going. Swing with these two. We'll offer a trade here. Or we'll take free damage. Got a blocker for their bolter now. Even if they remove this, if we get another land, we got another blocker here, another blocker here. Oh yeah, we don't like that. We'll do the trapper of our own. And see if we can get some damage in. I'm okay trading with any of those or gaining the light. Right. That's a good one. Let's go to combat first and see what they tap. That makes sense. I don't think we want to attack with anything here. Play our festival. And we've got our trapper to tap their trapper. I love that, but it gives us something to tap. We're fine with them not attacking. Interesting. They didn't use it. They want to keep up their shield bearer ability. Which makes sense. I think we got a shield bearer of our own. And then we'll hold up the trapper again. If we swing with the Feastling, it just ends up trading with a fairy, which is not really the trade we want, so we'll hold off. There's a nice 2-for-1 for them. Yeah, I don't hate them drawing a land instead of a merfolk. Interesting. You can still buff. We just offer that trade. Sure. That was their big value engine. I don't know if I was them if I would have done that, but... And we'll tap. A land would be really nice. I think... We'll get this going first. I think I'm okay with that. We got a lot more life to spare than they do. Now they can't activate their shield bearer. Make your swing. A little aggressive on their part. I don't think they were in a good spot to be very aggressive, but they can swing back for 1, 2. They can swing back for a lot, but I don't think that's what they wanted to do. They have 5 blockers. We would have 5 attackers, remove 1. I don't think it's quite time to attack yet. I assume they tap our trapper. Which is fine. Bigger body, but I don't think I'm too worried about that right now. Still don't think they're in a great spot to swing. This is a lot of turns with no lands for a 17 land deck. I think maybe we just don't hold up the trapper this turn and just try to go as wide as possible. Without another body, I think they're done. and they didn't tap anything on their turn, so... Okay. Elemental Hold is a decent draw here. I think we just take out their ability to do most of their damage. So now they have 4 blockers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. It's not a good attack for us, but if they don't have a trick, we can block, 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 block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exactly. Oh man, it's that bad if they have something. I think we've got the life to let it ride a little bit. Alright, that's helpful. We'll finally get a land. We'll leave up our trapper. That will trigger Tenant. And that way, if they even tap that one down, it doesn't matter. I think give them one more turn. Now we can finally tap things down again on their turn. We tap down their tapper. Gain some life in the process. Swing with everything. Yeah. I was gonna say they'd have to have a lot to stay alive there, so. It was a lot of turns without a land too. That was we probably had a turn or two earlier there, but we definitely would have gotten there quicker with a land a little sooner. It's a nice aggressive start. It's good to see. Let's leave them thinking we're a merfolk deck. I don't know that that really helps us at all, but any less information they have is good. Let's swing in. I think we will remove this. Keep them ramping. We'll put this here. We'll keep swinging. Don't know yet if they're vivid or if they're... Oh, okay, now they look vivid for sure. Let's see. I think we tap down this one. And still swing in with our preacher. And that should give us a pretty good attack with our Foul Knight next turn. Yeah, natural Wooburg on 5. Ooh, don't love that. Still gives us pretty good attacks here. Be an interesting block. Very interesting block, okay. Wanted to keep their... Must have some double pips in there or something. That's fine. But okay, that's a pretty good draw. I think we just swing out here then, and if they block wrong, we win. If they don't block wrong, we kill their pummeler. So we can add 4 damage, we would take it to 9. So I think we kill their pummeler and get in for some damage. If we had swung in for the 8, they wouldn't have been able to attack with their Blighted Blackthorn. But they're kind of in a position they already can't. That's fine. I think you're dead even without, but... Alright. Aggressive Merfolk Kithkin doing it again. Alright, another good start. Trapper on 1's always good. It's better if we're on the play, but this is a good one. Probably throw down the dagger second and save our shield bearer for later on. No use running it out into removal if we don't have to. Ooh, we don't like that though. It's gonna get 1 attack in on us, but that's alright. Oh, they had a 1-drop. Yeah, I think we just take the 3 here. It's not the best, but it won't be able to attack us next turn. Ideally. They also missed a land drop. So being able to hold them off here is... It's fine. Still gives us something to tap with the Trapper for free. Take that trade for sure. All of it. As good as getting the council down is, I think keeping them from being able to throw creatures on the board. It's still probably best to get it down. So they don't have a good attack without removal anyway, and if they use removal, then they're not playing something either. Alright. Well, I think play this down, we'll just keep hitting them. Attach the dagger. Yeah, keep out's pretty good there. It's not great, but if they're still on 2, we've got some time to mess with that. Probably would have been safer to just throw Spiral into Solitude on it, but... Alright. Now I think we Spiral into Solitude. And swing with our Lieutenant. I'd say we could play chicken with them, but I think it's best to just get that out of the way now. White-green's got a decent amount of enchantment removal, and that gave them a free place to blight they don't have now. Well, that gets in their lands real quick. Swing. Could get an extra damage with the Percher, but just in case they have something weird. Think there's any 2-mana Convokes that get us there, but... And now we're going to exile their gold meta Nomad. Nice added value there. We'll make our flyer bigger. Don't hate that. I can't really do anything about our guy yet. We just swing for 6. Not worth using the liminal hold yet. Nothing's really aggressive towards us. The Imbuer is good. That's a good one. Throw that, because it's a free trigger for us also. Interesting. Yeah, I think we just keep swinging away. That's got them dead on board unless they get another flyer. That's fine. I think... Play this first. Yeah. Now we could probably just win here if we remove the Graspling, but if we remove the Graspling, then they have something to stop us from winning. They're going to get a lot of life off this Feastling. So I think we're going to swing in with these two. Assume he's going to Chuck Block. Take that and go to the damage. Then is it better to remove... It's probably just better to remove their Feastling. Right? Because then they can't gain life next turn. They're only buffing anything for 2. Yeah. I think the argument could have been made for maybe the Thought Weapon Viewer. It's scarier overall, but I think the position we're at, we've got to get rid of their lifelink. We have 2 lethal creatures in the air next turn. It's pretty good. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. This will get us land. Kithkin may get us land. Hopefully it gets us another Kithkin, though, so... We haven't seen Bridget in a while, so maybe it can find us Bridget. Oh. I don't love that. But we've got Liminal Hold for it, if it gets to be too big a deal. We're certainly getting there before it gets to 4, or before they get to 6. I think we play this, again, same as earlier, we just want Liminal Hold as potential online. I think we need double green for anything. We've got a lot more white. Let's just keep prepping. We'll swing. And now maybe we spiral into Solitude it if it starts to be a problem, because we can Liminal Hold on Morkant's Eyes, which is a way bigger problem later. Happy with that. That's how they want to use their mana. Less happy with that, but... That's... I'll take a forest here. Now we'll spiral into Solitude it, and we'll sweep. They have 2 rare Kithkin in their elf deck. So only have 1 elf in the graveyard, so that doesn't bother me too much. I think play the festival, and then we can hold up Spiral of Solitude. Another Eulogies. Gross. They have a lot of non-elves in their deck for having a Morkant's Eyes. Let's just do it. Trapper's good. You can play a Trapper and just start making Kithkin. Not too worried about this until they get to 6, and if they have 3 or 4 in the graveyard, that's a little anxious. get this. I think we'll trade off here. That's fine. Oh, that definitely helps. So maybe we just exile this, and then Rooftop Percher really messes with their graveyard later. Let's just get in for a little bit of damage. They're kind of in a weird spot where they want to, draw lands, but they kind of need lands, so I don't hate that. Do we? Yeah, I think we can bridge it because we can do both of this turn. Get Bridget going. One more card out of their hand. Another elf. Fine. I think we do our own Rooftop Percher. And I think we want the actual elves. Nameless Inversion counts, but it's a lot harder for them to bring back also. It's another non-elf. Oh, that one does not care about elves though. That just cares about creatures. Let's have to trade here. This is a close race, but I think we slightly win it due to our lifelink. Oh, okay, now we don't. That's a problem. Alright, I like that they're not swinging. Man, that still doesn't give us a trade with Maryland. So I think we pass. Make another Kithkin on our turn. Alright, they're getting a bunch of lands out of the way for us. Maryland doesn't care about non-token either, so even Morkan's Eyes for 2 is pretty good. Do I trade for this while I can? If I don't, I'll have one blocker, and I'll have 5, 6, 7, 8 attackers. Man, that's close. I My best bet is to not take it. Or is to take it, not trade. Make a Kithkin. Okay, that's a pretty good draw also. One, it can trade with Maryland. And two, it removes things from the graveyard. Definitely that one. Then do I take an elf away for more kids' eyes? Or make a creature away for the Moon Vigil? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that might be game right there. They had some real good draws there at the end. That is just game. Yep. They had a lot of real good elf cards, that's for sure. Still maybe should have traded for the Moon Vigil, but I don't think it saved us there with that draw. Would have given us one more turn probably, but alright, this could be our last game if we lose. Hopefully we don't. No 2-drop, but we have 2 turns to draw one, and we do have a 1-drop. That's reasonable. Yeah, still no 2-drop. That's alright though. That's aggressive. I think we play the festival because that's all we can play. And then we'll see if they... Going real aggressive, that's for sure. Take it. Let's see what they got here. I think we get rid of that so that they can't draw anymore. Stop their value there, especially if they can blight onto it later or anything. Get another Kithkin. Yeah, things like this are what make Cinder Strike even better when you can make that blight upside. Okay, so not Vivid Elementals, doesn't look like. We'll offer this trade if they want to spend all their mana on it. I think they could have... Oh, I guess +1. Yeah, they had the same effect without using the enchantment. So... I'm okay with them wasting a card to do it. If we both get to oh, okay. Well, that's some good value there. I was gonna say we're gonna have to help our festival get us there value-wise, but Gathering Stone's a lot of value. Ooh, don't like that. Yeah, they don't need to draw as much with Gathering Stone. Smooths out their draws or lets them draw. I'm surprised they didn't want to behold their explosive prodigy. I think that's the best way to do it with that. Especially because they would have just been able to hit us for 6 next turn. Both of these. Hey, there. Hit him and we'll trade, and it still gives us a festival trigger. Ooh, okay. Yeah? They just need one more 4-cost spell. Or any elemental.
That's rough, buddy.
There it is. Alright, that was pretty cool. Can't be too mad about that. I got to put all the elemental stuff together. Alright, went positive, 5 and 3. We did a pretty big swap late in that draft to get going to Kithkin. We probably should have just done it from the beginning, but like I said, I prefer the Merfolk, so that's where we kind of left it.